Hello, happy Valentine's Day 2023. I just wanted to make a video real quick because I miss it actually, which I never thought I'd say, because I was terrified to make this channel and terrified to post anything publicly, and here I am missing. So weird how things change. Which the other day I wrote a bit and I was like, change is hard, especially when reality is constantly reminding you that you aren't where you thought you'd be, and that the only reality I saw for 30 something years was being in this one organization but moving to a higher level position, and now I'm just in a different state of mind where I don't want to be in that organization, which is for people working there and people even not working there, it's kind of unheard of. And I actually was talking to my boss, and the good boss, friendly boss that I love. I was talking to him and he's like, yeah, that's pretty rare that someone does that. He's like, I don't even remember the last time someone just said no. And I was like, yeah, I feel throughout my life I've always kind of been this black sheep a little bit. I just see it reflected to me all the time. And then he was like, how so? And so I explained, I told him, I was like, I always feel I'm the first to do anything drastic, I guess. But I guess drastic is different depending on the person. I'm Afghan American, and I was telling him in my family, I was the first to introduce my boyfriend, and I introduced him once, after 3 years to my parents. And that's unheard of. I mean, any Middle East, South Asian, East Asian, maybe there are others, it's very unheard of. Unless you're engaged, then you would introduce that person, which is kind of crazy. But I did that and it was very uncomfortable. But then afterwards, he was able to come to holiday stuff like Thanksgiving and Christmas. No one else was doing that, but people accepted it, and they probably weren't pleased, but I didn't care. I went ahead and did it because I was okay, we're not in Afghanistan, we're in the US, and I'm dating an American guy, and this is just how things are. Work with me here, people, unless you want me to be single forever. And then I was telling him that it's very unheard of for me to be in my own apartment, even though I don't know, usually in my culture, once you're married, then you move out of your parents' home. And I was 25 when I moved out of my parents' home and went to my own space, which thank God for my parents, love them. But I was always the first, even from my friend group, I think I was the first one to live on my own, and then slowly other people did. And then for my master's degree, which I didn't ever think I would go get, it just randomly happened. I just went to an orientation, and then the lady's cool, send me your information, and she made it happen. So then I was enrolled in my master's program, and I was kind of concerned okay, how am I gonna pay for this? But I found a way to make it happen. But anyway, so I was one of the first people for a long time to get my master's, and I was working full time, which is bananas. It was a very stressful time, but somehow I did it. And What else? Extreme sports and stuff. Like back even when I was little, I had a skateboard. I don't know. So stupid to bring it up. But like I just bought stuff like a snowboard, a skateboard, rollerblades, and I just threw myself and went ahead and did it, and then slowly like other people did too. Or like I made I took that film class, and then slowly like other people I knew, like it just like followed me other people. So also this big moment when like we had this staff retreat, and I was like the person that like raised my hand was just like, I thought this retreat was about something else. Anyway, that caused a whole bunch of commotion. I feel like I've been scarred ever since. But since I opened my mouth, then everybody else did too. So yeah, I guess I like to take big risks in pivotal moments. And me walking away from this job happened to be one. But I feel amazing, despite the awkwardness when they asked me in the hallway, how are you doing? How's the job search? But whatever, fuck it, I don't care. And I'm happy I don't have to think about that after June, unless I find something before then. But yeah, I feel like also being in my current job and walking in the hallways, people like, you should really like look into just getting another job, because like in a year you can get this one bonus thing, and then like for your retirement, and like obviously I would like that, but I'm not gonna like ruin my happiness just to like stick it out for that bonus. I mean, yeah, I guess that's also pretty unheard of where I currently work, but whatever. I'm just so done with it. I'm so done. Anyway, so switching gears a bit, I feel like I was so hyper fixated on like manifesting these 3 huge things, which is like a new job, what else? To lose weight, like feel good in my skin, and a relationship with like the end all be all relationship. That I was like so hyper fixated on like trying to like manifest these things that it just like repelled everything away. I mean, it did have its like good moments. So like I got to learn about revision because I have like some history with the SP I'm trying to manifest. So there's that. And with the job thing, I think I was like too hyper fixated that it has to be like at this other top organization, even though deep down I know it's probably like the same thing that's happening to me now. It's just like would be in a different location, which I don't want. I want something creative and like kind of like a startup vibe instead of a very big bureaucratic organization. Yeah. Okay, I need to note this down later. And then for weight loss, I was like so hyper fixated on like exercising. Like, which is funny because a couple years ago I was not really big into exercising at all, but then like that switched, and it's been like 4 years that I've been like, I find it like therapeutic to exercise, and it helps with my anxiety and helps me get to sleep actually. But anyway, so now I'm starting to focus more on like, I guess like more or higher protein and less carbs, and just doing, instead of like high intensity interval training, I'm more like, it's more self-soothing. So like walks, but long walks, and then like the elliptical, like boring stuff. But yeah, trying to shape my mind frame with that. And I think it's actually making it easier now that I like shifted my mind. What other thing I wanted to note is, let's see. Oh, the change is not out there. That's another big thing I was trying to do. I was looking at 3D to change first to validate the things I wanted. But instead I had to change within to change out there. It's, it took me forever to grasp, and it's still like a work in progress, but it makes sense. Like for the job thing, I was chasing after like different organizations and like, I have to have it. But now I'm just like, I'll apply and I'll meet with people, but I'm not gonna like, I don't know, go out of my way to like try to make something happen, because I feel like that's kind of in a way reminding me the lack that I have it. No, the lack of it there. But if I just think that I have it and act upon it, then it should attract me. So strangely enough, the past couple weeks I've been getting like recruiters reaching out to me, which has not happened before. It's always me like chasing after the recruiter and like, do you want to get coffee? And like, let me try to sell myself to you and pick me. And same with like relationships. Like I did have the dating apps, and it was better this time around because I just had very low expectations, but I still felt like I was like chasing the like, I had to like them, and then they might like me, and then I just got rid of it, and I was like, you know what? I think like if it's gonna happen, it's just gonna happen, and like I'll see that dude on the metro or like run into him or something, because I feel like that also happens in my life and happens to other people around me, where like they're at a restaurant and they happen to meet like somebody there and now they're married. So yeah, just in that period, let things come to me for a change, and it feels good. So yeah, before I was just putting my awareness on the lack of those things in my life and then feeling down. But I feel like I put myself on the pedestal, saw myself as the prize, and now everything is like slowly coming towards me, which is cool. Anyway, I hope this video helped you and made sense, and looking forward to my next one.